trying to convince Bette to write a memoir.
I don't know. The place is flooded with memoirs. I mean, I can read them all.
I can. All right, the New York Restoration Project is celebrating 30th anniversary at Hulu New York. Go to nyrt.org for tickets. Behind the bar, it's Brent Pumpkins. You can follow, you can order custom pumpkins from Brent where?
You can go to my Instagram, at Brent Pumpkins, or my TikTok, at Brent Pumpkins.
Awesome.
Check me out. And I just want to say, you know, you give the girl the right pumpkin, she can conquer the world.
As they say. All right. Let's go back to our fans. Here's Jarrell in New York City in our audience with a question for the divine Miss M. Hi.
Hey. Hey, Andy. Hey, Bette. So my question was, what was your favorite party at Studio 54?
What was my favorite party? You know, I didn't go too often.
You didn't?
Because I didn't go too often because I had gone, and it was exactly like the baths. And I thought, well, I did that.
Wow.
So I didn't have to do that again.
How long did you perform at the baths?
You know what? It's really odd. I think I was there on and off for maybe 2 or 3 years. On and off, though. Because I used to go on the road. And it wasn't long before I was there, and then I got an agent and a manager, and they started sending me and Barry on the road. Wow. So it was all very, you know, it's a little bit of a blur, but those were really fun days.
You know, there's a party in Fire Island I've been to a few times called Bathhouse Bette, where they have put everyone in towels, and they have Amber Martin's been there. I mean, they have cabaret singers come in and sing in tribute to you.
How
basically.
fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody ever told me.
But were guys like truly, were they stopping or were they actually like blowing each other?
No, there was, I beg your pardon?
You heard me.
There was no sex on the floor.
There wasn't.
This was a very different era. You have to understand that. They were very polite. They were very respectful.
Yes.
And they weren't really sure why I was there.
Right. But they figured it out.
They figured it out, and they really, really liked it.
Why do the queens have the best taste?
You know what, Andy? I've thought about that for years and years and years. I have no answer.
Yes.
Except that it might have something to do that in the old days, maybe they had to spend a lot of time alone, and that they were looking at magazines and looking at beauty, trying to find beauty in this really hard world.
And it's so heartbreaking that, you know, when you look back at your time at the bathhouses, I would think that many of those guys.
It was only one bathhouse.
It was one bathhouse. Okay, but I have to think. But that was in the 70s. I have to think.
No, it wasn't in the 70s. It was in the 60s. It was in the late 60s. It was like 68, 69, and maybe a couple of appearances in 70. So I was on my way. By 72, I was.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah,
okay, that makes
I was.
sense. Let's go to our virtual fan, Nicole from Minnesota, with another question for Bette right here.
Hi, Nicole.
Hello. Hi, Andy. Can't wait to see you at BravoCon in a month.
Thanks.
And Bette, I love all your work.
Thank you.
So my question is, out of all the famous legends who showed up to see you perform at the Continental Bath, who left you the most starstruck at the time?
Did people come to watch you at the baths?
Yes, they did. After the word got out, people came.
Who came?
And they were mesmerized, not just by me, but by the
scene.
But by the scene. The scene was like,
Who came?
I don't remember.
They're telling me Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock?
They're saying Hitchcock, Warhol, Mick Jagger, Liza Minnelli.
Wait a second.
Valentino.
Highly possible.
It's highly possible.
Highly possible.
Wow.
I was high a little bit of the time.
Do you?
Jagger, that strikes a familiar note.
Do you smoke pot today?
No, my God, no.
Really?
I haven't smoked pot in maybe 50 years.
Really?
I can't stand it. It makes me so paranoid.
It does.
You know, it didn't used to be like that.
No.
It used to be like laughing gas.
Yeah.
It used to be, you used to smoke and you'd laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I mean, it's like, oh, they're coming for me. They're coming for me. I mean, it's terrifying.
Tiffany B wants to know, other than Wind Beneath My
And the whole town smells like skunk.
I know, it does. It does.
Since they legalized pot. It's like,
I don't mind it. I mean, it's better than piss.
Not so fast.
Okay. Tiffany B on Facebook wants to know, other than Wind Beneath My Wings, what's your favorite song from the Beaches soundtrack?
Wait, so I say
Other than Wind Beneath My Wings, do you have a favorite?
The one I take the most heat for is Oh Industry.
Okay.
My family will not let me forget that song.
Why?
Because it's so ridiculous.
Okay.
And I wrote it. That's why they won't let me forget it.
Kyle B loved you and Hello Dolly. Any plans for a return to Broadway?
You know, I think about it. I think about it seriously for about 3 minutes, and then I'd let it drift away because it's just a thought. But it was one of the most wonderful experiences I ever had. This crew, these kids, these dancers, these singers, David Hyde Pierce, Gavin Creel. I mean, it was just, I looked forward every night to it. It was fantastic.
That was so exciting. I think I saw it like 3 times. I went with Jimmy Fallon one night. It was great.
Manolo Blahnik came.
Manolo Blahnik.
Manolo Blahnik came and kissed and was weeping.
Wow.
I mean, Manolo.
Wow. Aubrey's on Twitter. I've always wondered, how did you sing so perfectly in Hocus Pocus with those iconic witchy teeth in? I mean, that...
It was a pre-record, but still.
Okay. Yes.
But still.
Okay.
And they fit. It was a custom fit, so they fit really, really well.
Wicked Bad Girl, I watched when you were the final guest on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. It was an amazing moment. What did that honor mean to you in the history of late night television?
To tell you the truth, I stepped on your line. You want to do that?
No, that's it.
Okay.
All good.
In the history of late night television, when I got the call, I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Because it was so huge, and I knew that the size of it, the scale of it, was going to really terrify me.
Yeah.
So I just went about my work with my friends, Bruce Valanche and Mark Shaman, making sure that I had enough to fall back on.
Yeah.
And in the end, I wound up singing a cappella to him, just on the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that in hindsight, I realized it was such an honor. It was such an honor.
You had such great
really
rapport with him.
I loved him.
Yeah.
I really, really loved him. He gave me my first real big shot.
Wow.
And I know that part of it was the fact that I was so outrageous. I mean, I was a fan. I used to watch the show, but I guess they had never seen anybody. I don't think I was wearing a bra. I think that's what it was. I don't think they had ever seen anybody quite like me.
Speaking of outrageous, what is the real story of what happened there with you and Shelley Long on that movie?
It was, she's very talented.
Yeah.
She was nervous. I think it was one of her first pictures.
Yeah.
And she was nervous. And I think she was a meditator, so she would go be in her trailer meditating, and then they'd have to go in and touch her. So it was push and pull all the time, and it was stressful for me because I had so much admiration for her talent, and it was just a little bit of a pile-on.
Jeff T said, I absolutely love your disco album, Thighs and Whispers, but I'm so sad you don't share the same feelings. Why do you regret making the album?
Well, there were a couple of things. Oh, My Night in Black Leather, that didn't hold up well, that song. And I had to promote it in Europe. Oh, my God. That one didn't hold up well. There were a couple that didn't. It was the disco era.
Right.
And I knew in my heart that disco was not for me.
Okay.
I knew in my heart. And yet I loved my label. And I wanted to be a good sport.
But you also were such a queen to the gays, and still are, that I would think I was telling you, I love the remix of To Deserve You, which is a great dance song.
Well, that is a great song.
Okay.
But they weren't all great songs. Married Men was...
Okay.
Not good. Not good.
You have a new movie coming out called Cut Off with Jonah Hill and Kristen Wiig.
Yes.
Well, I hope you come back to promote it.
Well,
I'd
be delighted.
Thank you.
I'd be delighted.
That was a wild ride. I want to thank you, Bette Midler. This has been such a delight for me as such a fan of yours. Thank you. Thank you, Brent Pumpkins. For more, click around BravoTV.com, everybody.